welcome to the channel, Nature's Reality 360, where we bring you the reality of nature. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, and we're going to be talking about extinction, endangered species. All right, it's going to bring up a much broader topic as usual. I think you're really going to find it interesting, so let's dive right in, okay? This year marks the 50 years since Congress wrote the Endangered Species Act, okay? The Endangered Species Act was enacted December 28th, 1973. And what that did was, it's like a program so they could do what they call interagency cooperation with different government agencies so they can work together on protecting fish, wildlife, plants, animals, right, all over America. Okay, the two main agencies that work with the Endangered Species Act is the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, which I'm sure you've heard of, and another one not as known is the NOAA, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I do read about them sometimes when I'm doing these stories, but not everyone's heard of them. But those are the two government agencies that use the Endangered Species Act the most. Okay, what else they do is they make lists, right? You've probably heard of the endangered species list. They also have a threatened list. Okay, animals will move from the threatened list to the endangered list until they eventually become extinct. Now, ideally, we can use these lists to prevent animals from becoming extinct, and that's the purpose of creating them in the first place. So that's going to bring us to our story today. Did you know 21 species just came off the endangered list because they are now extinct? Okay, it's about 10 different types of birds, some fish, like 12 different mussel species, only one mammal, a certain type of fruit bat. We're actually going to play a video right now, and I want you to really listen to what she says at the end. It's just a 1-minute video, real quick. All right, but really pay attention to what she says at the end.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has removed 21 species from the endangered species list after determining those species are extinct. The agency says that most of these species were listed as endangered in the 1970s or 80s, and some were likely extinct already. Of the 21 species determined to be extinct, only one has even been spotted any time in this millennia. The Hawaiian black-faced honey creeper, a bird last seen in 2004. For 5 of the species on the list, there hasn't been a confirmed sighting since the 1960s. Fish and wildlife officials say the agency simply got to these species too late, and that this action should be a wake-up call. A reminder of the importance of conserving at-risk species before it's too late.
Which is to say, they could have prevented this from happening, right? Now, the reason why I bring it up is because, let me start by saying I'm not making any stance here, okay? I'm not telling you believe this or believe that or this is right, this is wrong. I just like to observe all sides of the story, and now I'm presenting it to others. But what I notice is something like a pattern, right? Whenever situations like this happen, some people like to take advantage, okay? And these alarmists, we'll call them, start coming out of the woodwork. Like, maybe Noah Greenwald here. I don't know if Noah's an alarmist, but Noah says, few people realize the extent to which the crisis of extinction and climate change are deeply intertwined, right? Climate change has altered marine, terrestrial, and freshwater ecosystems around the world, the UN said. It has caused the loss of local species, increased diseases, driven mass mortality of plants, animals, resulting in the first climate-driven extinctions. Now, they don't know that for 100% fact if the climate is the reason why these 21 species came off the list. So that's when I start looking into it. Now, I'm not saying man-made climate change isn't real, but you have to be careful. There is a lot of money involved when it comes to this topic. So it's very smart to be cautious and do your research. Because look, if you start looking into species that came off the list, you find out that happens as well. And some of these species are, I don't want to say certain species are more important than others, but I mean, look, big humpback whales, right? Storks, sea turtles, bears, right? These aren't mussels and fish. And like I said, I don't want to diminish the importance of losing a species. That's crucial. But let's watch this quick video. It's only a minute and a half. I'm going to stop it in between and make a couple points as it goes. But watch this video now. This is the other side of the coin. Check this out, the wood stork. We have these in my area. I was gonna have a picture come in of wood storks that I've seen, but it just wasn't even worth it. You can take my word for it. I'm trustworthy. I have these things all over here where I live in Florida, and that's what I learned about them too, was they actually had moved up, all the way up to North Carolina. You're seeing them, but they did bounce back. Very resilient. See this? The alligators were almost hunted to extinction. Trust me, we have no shortage of alligators in Florida today. No longer endangered. 5 million of them. They were about to go extinct. Incredible ability to bounce back. Right? Me especially, I get mad when I see plazas being built around here. They're building like crazy. I always get upset about it. But I know that eventually the earth will take it all back. I watched a woods across the street from my friend's house back in New Jersey grow from a field to a woods. And my calculations say it's only about, it takes like 1 year for a tree to grow 1 foot. So it doesn't take that long for nature to come back if we let nature, right? Here's another example. In Mexico, more recently, these species came off the list a year ago. This is just from August 2023. They have these animals called a vaquita. It's kind of like a dolphin down in Mexico. And they were going extinct back in like 2017. And what they did was they made a huge effort to preserve this species and bring it back to life and let it thrive again. And what they found was it was the fishing. They were using these gill nets, and these animals were getting trapped. They have to come up for air, so they were drowning them. So they did a counteraction where in 2022, the Mexican Navy sank concrete blocks with 3-meter tall hooks in the water so that the nets wouldn't work properly and it wouldn't get these vaquitas stuck in the nets. So why I'm bringing that up is to show this pattern that I've seen. You might have noticed in the video, to save the turtles, we had to stop doing this. To save the gators, we had to stop doing that. It's like this. It seems like whenever they're assuming, right, or predicting, they say, it's climate change, it's global warming, that's what it's got to be. But when you find these instances that have been proven successes where animals have bounced back and they're thriving now, and you see what the solution was, it's always people. It's always us causing the problem, of course. But it's not that, how did they save the sea turtle? Did they stop the climate change? No. How did they save the bird? Did they cool the planet back down? No. It's always, they put regulation on hunting. They put regulations on fishing. They stopped letting them use certain equipment that was endangering the animals, right? So it's always something on a smaller level, a more local level. And to be honest, that's why I started my entire channel. I know I haven't done any litter cleanup yet, and I am very sorry for that, but that is why I started my channel, to do beach cleanups. That's what I do. I clean up trash, and I want to show that and share that and let people know it only takes one person in one neighborhood to make a difference. And if you can get one person in every neighborhood cleaning up a little bit, you'll see the planet change drastically, right? So that's the purpose of this channel, is to show people that we can do it on our own. We all just have to put in a little bit of effort. So what I'm saying is, don't just rush to some huge organization that says, give us your money and we'll save the planet, or give us your money or all these animals are going to go extinct, because sometimes they have ulterior motives and they're taking advantage. So it's really good to do your research, look into these companies, look into these organizations. Are they climate alarmists, known climate alarmists? Were they saying the planet was cooling back in the 70s and now they're saying it's heating? Do they come out every 10 years and say the world's going to end in 10 years? Stuff like that. Again, it's not to say there isn't man-made climate change. We know 100% fact there is. But what is the solution? That's what's important. So that's what I'm trying to get people thinking about today. All right. So let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know, are you okay with these animals going extinct? Do you think it's not really a big deal? And what do you think we can do to prevent other animals from coming off the endangered list because they went completely extinct? What can we do? What can you do? What can I do? What can an individual do in their community to help these animals? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tune in tomorrow for another fun nature news video here on Nature's Reality 360. Signing out for now, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.